All right, Cloud City, welcome on in to a review on Stellar Blade. All right, so for those of you that don't know what Stellar Blade is, we are going to school you in that in this video. First thing, I have to give Stellar Blade a chef's kiss, a tip of the hat, 2 thumbs to the sky. Shift Up deserves all the praise that they could possibly get. They definitely went above and beyond with Stellar Blade. They knocked the ball way out of the park on this one. Like seriously, guys, kudos. Golfers clap. So for those of you that don't know, Shift Up started from developing a mobile game called Goddess of Victory NieR, which I actually, right before this video, I downloaded because I wanted to try it. I haven't tried it yet. I'll probably do that after I'm done doing this. Which is basically, back to the topic on hand, it's basically like Stellar Blade, but focused on shooting and the jiggle physics that we all know and love on Stellar Blade. But for Shift Up to go from a mobile game developing studio to developing their first Sony IP, seriously, again, hats off to you guys. Welcome to the big leagues. If you guys were to ask me, though, on an honest note, is Stellar Blade worth the $70? I would respond to you guys every penny. Every penny. Every penny and then some. Stellar Blade definitely took me by surprise. Like, I'm gonna be 100 with you guys. I wasn't planning on getting this. I saw it and I'm like, okay, you know, it's a little thirsty. It's not sure if it's gonna be for me. Now, am I glad I did? Fuck yeah! Dude, this was a way better purchase than the other Sony IP. You know, the other one that released earlier this year. Cough, cough, Rise of Ronin. I'm completely baffled at how there are creators out there saying that Stellar Blade ain't worth the $70. Like, all I have to say is, dog, are we playing the same game? Or are you guys just making videos for clout? Like, I don't know, guys. Guys, I'm just baffled at how people think that this game isn't worth 70 fucking bucks. Okay. Now, onto the actual review portion of the video here. Let's start with story. The storytelling is exceptional. It is very well written. It kept me asking questions, wondering what is going to happen next. It for sure kept me on my toes. I would have to say it is on par with NieR Replicant and Automata. From the time that I've spent playing Stellar Blade, Shift Up definitely had a lot of inspiration from Yoko Taro and his NieR franchise. And if y'all know me, like if y'all have gone through and seen some of my stuff and have talked to me, you guys know NieR. I hold NieR close. Like, NieR is my baby. NieR comes into my top 3 of all-time favorite game franchises, right behind the Souls franchise. And honestly, I have more memorabilia of NieR. Like, I actually have books and statues and like my entire desk is decorated in NieR. I don't even have that for Souls. I have that. I think the only thing for Souls I have is the Millennia statue from the collector's edition of Elden Ring. That's all I have. I have a mouse pad of NieR. I have posters of NieR. Like I said, statues, books, the mangas, the novels. Dude, I have everything for NieR. So I hold NieR very close. But yeah, no, Shift Up really brought this home, and Stellar Blade definitely hits my NieR G-spot. Like, I am so pleased with this purchase. Now, the other thing, there are plenty of NPCs to interact with for quests and bounties. Certain NPCs even have their own quest lines, like, which actually came to be a huge shock to me. I wasn't expecting that in a game like this. Like with NieR, you know, you had a few quest lines. There's a few too. I was taken aback on that. Okay, now moving on to gameplay. Now y'all know I'm a huge gameplay centric gamer, and this hits every mark that I expect from a game. Exceptional combat. When you swing the sword, you feel the weight to it. Tight parry and dodge windows. It feels impactful when you nail a parry. Basically, think of this. Think of Stellar Blade as if NieR and Sekiro met on Bumble or Hinge or whatever y'all are using nowadays and had a baby. And a few years later, like this is the result of that. This is a little NieR Sekiro crotch goblin. Now, as you guys are seeing, this game does have a lot of flashy attacks called like beta skills and burst skills. Stuff that you would see in something like Devil May Cry or God of War. The gameplay and combat is absolutely exceptional. I think it would stack up against all of the greats, you know, NieR, God of War, Sekiro, stuff like that. Now, as you guys are seeing, enemy design and variety. This game has great enemy variety and fantastic enemy designs. I like how the enemies and bosses are very grotesque. It sort of reminds me of Dark Souls and Bloodborne in that aspect. One of my biggest praises to Stellar Blade is that I like how the enemies don't look the same and aren't recycled. One of the more recent games I played in the last few years that had that was Valkyrie Elysium. Recycled enemies is one of my biggest turnoffs. It's like, hey, I just beat this brute or this corruptor, and now he's a basic enemy in the next zone. And to me, that just shows that the devs are lazy and they lacked creativity. So I'm glad that Stellar Blade didn't have that. That was a huge plus to me. Now moving on to the soundtracks and the sounds and the sound design. Absolutely phenomenal soundtrack. Again, I've been referencing a lot of NieR, but you audiophiles are gonna love the soundtrack to this. The soundtrack is on par with NieR franchise. With the NieR franchise. I actually found multiple occasions, just like in my NieR Replicant and Automata playthroughs that I did for the channel, I just randomly stopped and listen to the music for like a solid 10 to 30 minutes, like while I'm like uploading the next episode or something like that. You could definitely put the soundtrack on in the background and catch some Z's, you know. The sound designs, they were great too, man. You know, for example, hearing the impacts of the weapons clink, to failing a parry and hearing the damage that Eve takes, Shift Up mixed it so well. Onto the voice acting. I've played this in both Japanese and English. I found the voice acting phenomenal in both languages. Like, we never ran into any instances where the lips didn't match up to with what they were, or like with what they were saying. We never ran into that. The lip sync was spot on. So they did phenomenal in that. Now performance, absolutely flawless performance. During my time that I have played this, so I'm clocking in at about 30 hours. I have yet to beat it, and that's because I'm just taking my time with it. Like, I want to explore everything. I want to enjoy my time in Stellar Blade. And with how much I'm enjoying this, there's going to be more than one playthrough. Like, this is so freaking addicting to play. Like, I go to bed thinking about Stellar Blade, or not wanting to go to bed because I'm playing Stellar Blade, or waking up and like, shit, man, I gotta be at work in like 10 minutes, but I want to play Stellar Blade. Like, Stellar Blade is the only thing on my mind. But anyway, in that 30 hours, I haven't experienced a single hiccup. Not one. No dropped frames, not a single bug to my knowledge. And if I did have a bug, it was so minimalistic that I didn't notice. Now moving on to the user interface and the HUD. As you guys can see here, the HUD is very pleasing. Very, very pleasing. It is. So yeah, anyway, great UI. The game is very immersive. The HUD is super minimalistic during exploration. So we're in combat right now. When you're in exploration, the only thing you're seeing is your D-pad on the far left. You're not seeing health bars, you're not seeing actions or abilities. You're seeing just what's over there on the D-pad. And that is another reason, like, I love this game. Like, this is why it is great. This is why I pair it up with being as great as NieR, because there's just so much inspiration that I see from NieR in Stellar Blade. But yeah, no, with having nothing, or with nothing getting in the way, it suits my fancy, you know. And to me, nothing is more off-putting than an oversized HUD. It just takes away from the gameplay. Like, if the health was any bigger, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna be sitting here focusing on my health the entire time because it's taking up half the screen, you know. And I don't know, that's just one of the things that bothers me. This is one of the fights in the demo, and I had so much fun with this fight. It was a blast. I'm trying to keep on this video. I'm trying to keep it just related to the demo stuff. I probably should have said that more at the beginning of the video, but anyway, trying not to do too many spoilers. I think we are good. Now moving on to world activities and the stuff that there is to do in Stellar Blade. The game has plenty to do. It's not quite open world, but to me, it had that feel that it was. So this game has unique and intricate and dynamic puzzles, kind of like what you were seeing there with the train. And then like this one here that you're seeing, that you have to match up and make sure that you're going the same pattern, where you had to start with triangle, circle, X, square. You had to make sure you were going that same route, or else if you didn't, you would fall. So the other kind of puzzles that you have when playing Stellar Blade is that you have puzzles like if you're like opening chests, you have different puzzles there. Now let me go through my notes here. They're kind of jumbled. Yeah, for example, Locke's been trying to open the chest to create. Oh yeah, forgot about that one. And there's also crazy mathematic equations that you have to do for a side quest or bounty. So yeah, there's so much to do in Stellar Blade. There's so much to do. Loads of collectibles per zone. So these collectibles include like books, memory sticks, posters, newspapers, soda, coffee, and like water cans. I think there's like 49 of those that you can collect, and once you collect all 49, you get like a specific suit, or like a nano suit. But anyway, moving on. From what I'm hearing on X and how long to beat, Stellar Blade is clocking in at about 15 to 20 hours on just a straight beeline sprint for the story, and about 40 to 50 hours for completionists. Now kind of moving on to the bads. I really don't have a whole lot to bitch about here. it really just boils down to two, maybe three things. My biggest complaint would have to be the length of the enemy chains. I feel like it's a little drastic, especially in the open world areas. I had enemies, if I was just running back to where I previously died, that followed me from the camp that I respawned to all the way to where my body was, or where I was previously, I should say. And it was like half the map, man. I feel like that's a bit much. I really only had one occurrence of it, though, so far in my playthrough. One of the other minimalistic gripes would be not being able to access the camp while in combat. I feel like this is a little bit of an oversight. I mean, think about it. You're resetting the world state. Anyway, so why would it matter if you're in combat or not? I could understand if they were in the campsite, but they were halfway across the other zone, or halfway across the zone moving towards the campsite. So I don't understand how that was an issue. So I mean, it's something that would be a simple fix. They could easily do it on a patch. Now, my final complaint is that we can't store ammo. This should be another simple fix. I would like to be able to store ammo like you could in Bloodborne, so that when you die and respawn, it should automatically fill. I ran into a lot of instances where ammo would just be laying on the ground because I was already full. So that this is another one of my favorite fights. This was pretty fun. It was definitely brutal. Because I was like, you know, you don't know the mechanics yet, and you're just getting your ass beat. So I mean, really, there's not much. There's not much for people to complain about. Like, how people are saying it's not worth $70, man. Oh man, that drives me up a wall. But I'm trying to think if I have any more, and I can't think of anything else. Can't think of anything else. But yeah, so how much longer we got on this? About 2 minutes. Really trying to think of if I. So yeah, the final complaint is that we can't store ammo. It would be a simple fix. I would like to be able to store ammo. Yeah, oh yeah. So basically, when you die, and if you used all your ammo, this is kind of another minor complaint. Kind of goes with the ammo stuff. But when you die, it should automatically refill. Like, I shouldn't have to go into the store and buy the ammo or go and try to find it. I feel like if we had this storage thing, that it should automatically refill. So that'd be a huge thing. But yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. Sorry there was kind of a little bit of a hiatus right there. This I haven't done many of these, like fully edited, fully scripted. It's kind of a on the whim thing. But yeah, all in all, at the end of the day, from I'd have to say Stellar Blade gets a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. Again, 2 thumbs way up from your boy. Honestly, one of the best purchases I have made this year. But yeah, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please, again, bear with me, as this is one of my first fully edited and scripted reviews. Now, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. We are so close, guys, so close to our 500 subscriber goal, and I would love to talk to all of y'all in the streams and comment sections. We have our watch time. We have our 3,000 hours or 3,000 hours watch time. We have our 3 uploads in however long. We literally have everything. The only thing I am shy on is the subscribers. We are, I believe, 72 away the last time I checked. This boss gives me huge Genesis from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. He gives me those kind of vibes, and he also gives me some Devil May Cry vibes. Oh man, I'm getting off topic. Yeah, so I appreciate all of you for stopping by. And we'll let this finish out, and then I'll catch you guys in the next one. Absolutely gruesome. Absolutely gruesome. Shift up. Man, you guys rock. You guys rock. You guys did fucking great.